the reservation should be increased like that of Tamil Nadu, and 50% of reservation should be given to other backward classes, including scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Periyar was a school dropout, but acquired efficiency and unalloyed wisdom. With his extra cute and rationalist ideology, the day is celebrated by us, by our Chief Minister Mr. M.K. Stalin, as a Social Justice Day. It is celebrated as a Social Justice Day in Tamil Nadu. Sir, I would request that the Social Justice Day, which has been ordered to be celebrated by our Chief Minister Mr. M.K. Stalin, like that, throughout India, on this day, we all of us should celebrate this as a Social Justice Day. I appeal to the government, to the union government, that this day is an important day, and the union government should also celebrate as a Social Justice Day, because Tandai Periyar, who is a great leader, who is a great national leader, who is celebrated right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. So therefore, all of us should request the union government to celebrate this day as a social day. You all know DMK is a front runner of social justice, and we see our Chief Minister Mr. M.K. Stalin as a living Periyar, who is doing many reforms, social reforms in our state. You all know what all policies the government is bringing for the welfare of the people in Tamil Nadu. So I don't want to take much of his time, but I would say that the entire intention of the government is to uplift the oppressed and depressed class of people. Everyone here who spoke before me was telling about 69% reservation. This 69% reservation, Tamil Nadu is the only state where it is getting the 69% reservation. Out of this 69% reservation, 50% reservation is for the backward class. 50% of reservation. 15, here they are giving 27% reservation. So far as the scheduled caste is concerned, 18% reservation is given in Tamil Nadu, and 1% reservation is given for the scheduled tribe. You all know that so far as the composition of the population in India is concerned, the backward class alone is 85% of population. The population in India is dominated by the backward class, other backward class, which includes the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and other backward classes. But the ratio of reservation that is given today is only 27%. We have been deprived of the reservation. All over India, a movement should start that the reservation given for the backward class has to be raised, has to be increased. I don't know why this 27% of reservation is followed in the state also here in Uttar Pradesh. The state should consider having that there is more number of population consisting of the backward class, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, the reservation should be increased like that of Tamil Nadu, and 50% of reservation should be given to other backward classes, including scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. I appeal to the state government here that they should follow Tamil Nadu as a role model. I would request that entire India should consider giving more reservation to the population of the backward classes who are more in number. On this day, as I said earlier, our leader called this day as a social justice day. He advised or he ordered to take pledge by everyone to follow the values based on such lofty ideas which includes brotherhood, equality, self-respect and racialism, and to celebrate the leader birthday every year to serve as a symbolic reinforcement of his egalitarian principles. This day in Tamil Nadu, everyone takes pledges to follow value based on such lofty ideals, as I said, which includes brotherhood, equality, self-respect and racialism. Now let's take the pledge which we take in our state. Sir, you all stand up please. I will only request you to please stand up. Let us take a pledge. The pledge is, I will adhere to the principles of love for all living beings and the moral principle that everyone is equal. My activities will be characterized by self-respecting personality and rational acumen. I will devote myself to the principles of equality, brotherhood and samadharma. Compassion and humanity will be my bloodstream. I pledge on this day to continue my journey to build a society over the foundation of social justice. This is the pledge we have taken today. Please sit down. Tandai Periyar, as affectionately we call him, who is Father Periyar, known here. I was told that he has come to Lucknow in the year 1948 and 1952. He was instrumental in the enactment of first constitutional amendment which safeguarded reservation for backward classes. You know how you get reservation? All of you should realize that the reservation for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and backward classes was first brought in the constitution for educational purposes only because of the fight it started in Tamil Nadu under the leadership of Tandai Periyar. Only after the fight there was a big unrest in the state of Tamil Nadu that spread to Delhi. Leaders were unable to meet the demand. Therefore, they brought the amendment to the constitution. For the first time, the constitution was amended and the reservation for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and the backward class was given in education for the first time in the year 1954. And this is the first constitutional amendment. So we have to thank our leader Tandai Periyar, not only Tandai Periyar. From Tamil Nadu, there are various leaders who have been fighting. Periyar Anna, Dr. Kalaignar, and you know Dr. Kalaignar is none other than the father of our beloved Chief Minister Mr. M.K. Stalin. Periyar's ideology was all about social justice, self-respect, racialism and equality which laid the foundation stones for the growth of Tamil society and also the people of this country who follow his teachings. He wrote Venkatappa Periyar, commonly known as E.V. Periyar, also referred to as Tandai Periyar, you all know, was born on 17 September 1879. He was born with a silver spoon to a wholesale trader at Erode, a town in Tamil Nadu. Periyar was a school dropout but acquired efficiency and unalloyed wisdom. With his extra cute and rationalist ideology, he started ridiculing the ghosts, goblins, and in fact the gods. He found out that humans alone are not only responsible in creating their gods, but also enslaving themselves to their creation, which resulted in superstitious rituals, religious killings, social injustice, women enslavement, untouchability, deprivation of educational and unemployment to the lower rungs, heinous hegemony of the Brahmins in the Hindu caste system. As God is the root cause for these evils, root out God was his war cry. He felt unless and until God is abandoned, liberty, equality and fraternity will have no meaning at all. Periyar felt equality cannot be propagated and maintained unless you are an atheist. He said, if mound and ditch are the creation of God, leveling the ground by reducing the mound and filling the ditch would be an action against God. If anyone believes that growing of hair is because of the God, then shaving would be against doing something against the God. Periyar was a noble among nobles. He lived a long, laborious and useful life. Unfortunately, you all know he died on 24th of December 1973. And for more than 6 decades, he took every nook and corner of this part of the country preaching atheism. Periyar sowed the seeds of wisdom into the minds of thousands, and what accomplishments they have reached are known to the people. He is a pioneer of the self-respect movement and Dravidar Kazhagam. He is known as the father of Dravidian movement. He has done exemplary works against Brahminical dominance, caste prevalence and women's oppression in Tamil Nadu. He greatly promoted the principles of rationalism and self-respect. Not only that, he promoted women's rights and worked for the abolition of the caste system as well. He prevented child marriage and he worked against untouchability. Also, he worked for preserving the rights of the non-Brahmin Dravidian people in the entire India. You all know UNESCO honored him with a citation which read, Periyar, the prophet of the new age, the Socrates of South East Asia, father of social movement, an arch enemy of ignorance, superstitions, meaningless accustom's and baseless manner. Government of India honored Periyar by releasing a commemorative stamp, and Government of Tamil Nadu, as I said, celebrates today as a Social Justice Day. Periyar founded an organization called Dravidar Kazhagam for the advancement of his various philosophies and instituted a sound trust which has become a permanent and perpetual institution. He was a very influential orator. Nearly 50 years of his life were given to propagate speeches for equality and justice. Every prominent change in Indian politics and society was initiated with his arrival in the reformation process. Periyar took rationalism as his weapon to disclose the suppression by the upper class. He started talking about the realistic and idealistic principles. There should be a feeling among us that caste cannot divide us. The evils that prevail in any society are due to our selfish deeds. Culture always validates wrong things and we wholeheartedly accept them. He also voiced against the capitalist class, which always creates difficulties for working class. He adopted rationalism to lead a peaceful life in all aspects. In the context of Brahmin oppression, he said that in the name of God and religion, we have forgotten humanism. Periyar was known for his rebellious nature, by which he proposed to transform the society into an equal field for all people. In his quest for the same, he headed various movements. Periyar and his followers campaigned constantly to influence and pressure the government to take measures to remove social inequality, such as the abolition of untouchability, manual scavenging system, and much more. In 1952, the Periyar Self-Respect Movement Institution was registered with a list of objectives, such as for the diffusion of useful knowledge of political education, to allow people to live a life of medium freedom from slavery to anything against reason and self-respect, to do away with the needless customs, meaningless ceremonies, and blind superstitious belief in society, and so on. The workings of Periyar, you all know that he fought against the orthodox traditions of marriage as suppression of women in society, including the Tamil Nadu and throughout Indian subcontinent. So arranged marriages were meant to enable a couple to live together throughout the life. It was manipulated to enslave women. Much worse was the practice of child marriages practiced throughout India at the time. It was believed that it would be a sin to marry after puberty. Another practice which is prevalent today is the dowry system, where the bride's family is supposed to give the husband a huge payment for the bride. The purpose of this was to assist the newly wedded couple financially, but in many instances dowries were misused by the bridegrooms. Periyar was totally against this, and he fiercely stood up against the abuse meted out against women. Women in India also did not have rights to their families or husband's property. Periyar fought fiercely for this and also advocated for women to have right to separate or divorce their husbands under reasonable circumstances. He criticized the hypocrisy of chastity for women and argued that it should either apply also to men and not all for the both genders. While fighting against this, Periyar advocated against rid of the Devadasi system. One of my speakers spoke about this Devadasi system. Periyar was generally regarded as a pragmatic protectionist who attacked the evils of religious influences on society, mainly what he regarded as a Brahmin domination. Periyar felt that a small number of cunning people created caste distinctions to dominate Indian society. So he emphasized that individuals must first develop self-respect and learn to analyze propositions rationally. According to Periyar, a self-respecting rationalist would readily realize that the caste system has been stifling self-respect, and therefore he or she would strive to get rid of the menace. Periyar ridiculed Shastras, astrology, and asked why not write Jadagam for animals. He said if astrology is important, the great scientists of the world who discovered the radio, telephone and atom would not have left astrology severely alone. Before I conclude, I wanted to quote the speech made by Periyar. Man is equal. Man is equal to man. There should not be exploitation. One should help the other. No one should harm anybody. Generally, there should be no room for grievance or complaint from anybody. Everyone should live and let others live with a national spirit. Before I conclude my speech, I wanted to say one thing. My earlier speaker who spoke here said that Tamil Nadu is a role model for fighting the rights of the people. Everyone knows that we have rights, certain rights which is safeguarded in the Constitution. We have a right of free expression. We have a right to assemble. We have a right for equality. We have a right for equal opportunity. You know, the Tamil Nadu government has passed a legislation against conducting of NEET exams. Why this NEET exams is conducted? The NEET exam is conducted to see that the OBCs and SC and ST doesn't get an admission into the medical institutions. That is the real intention which the persons in power are thinking of. They don't want the oppressed and depressed class to become doctors. That is why they have brought this need, and Tamil Nadu is totally against this need. We have passed a legislation, and the legislation has been sent to the union government, of course, to be placed before the president for the assent. You all know that under the blessings of my leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, we filed a writ petition to give 27% of reservation for the backward classes in the medical seats. So far as the state surrender seats are concerned, every state is giving seats, 15% of seats.
नेशनल दस्तक की आपसे गुजारिश है कि अगर इसको बचाना चाहते हैं तो नेशनल दस्तक को सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए रेड कलर के सब्सक्राइब बटन को दबाएं, फिर बेल आइकन की घंटी दबाएं। नेशनल दस्तक को बचाने के लिए बहुत जरूरी है कि हर खबर को शेयर करें, लाइक करें, कमेंट जरूर करें।